Good morning, y'all. Oh my goodness. This feels so good, alhamdulillah. Just last night, I was talking about I need some good content with my new manager. Shout out Dre the Virgo. Now, I didn't expect for this to be on my timeline this morning. I'm gonna play the video, get right to it, then I'm gonna let y'all know how I feel about it afterwards.
The origins of Sex, Money, and Murder, or the origins of Sex, Money, and Murder Blood Gang? Because they're two different things.
Well, let's distinguish that for the audience.
Sex, Money, and Murder was a crew of drug bosses, guys in the street, not gang members. We were not gang members. We were hustlers. Most of us were from the Bronx, you know. I'm from Harlem, but I'm also from the Bronx. You know what I mean? I've been in the Bronx since 76. So I was 8 years old. So I'm from the Bronx as much as I'm from Harlem. Right? So we were drug dealers from Harlem. Boss type dudes from Harlem. I mean, from the Bronx. We were, you know, that's what we do. We was in the street, we was working together and doing our thing together, whatever. And that's what it's called, Sex, Money, Murder.
So would you incorporate yourself with that organization? Would you say you were part of it?
That's what I'm telling you. I couldn't be speaking on this if I wasn't a
Just
part
want
of
to
it.
clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that may be a revelation for a lot of your followers.
Probably. It might be. I have shared it for a long time for obvious reasons. I did not share that.
Absolutely.
And then one day I was talking, I don't know, maybe I might have been talking to, I don't know, might have been Al Prophet, you know, shout out my brother Al.
Shout out
dope,
Al
you know. But I don't know, it came out one day, somebody said something, I think it was Al, because Al do. Somebody said something, I was like, yeah, I was Sex, Money, you know what I mean? And Petey, he met OG Mac.
OG Mac.
And Mac told me that me and Mac was on Broadway on the east side of Baltimore. And he told me what happened. He said, yo, so I met your man, and I was like, yo, kid is so, he just resonated this power. And I was like, yo, you should join, you know, join the nation, you know what I'm saying, join the Blood Nation, whatever. And he was like, nah, I can't do that, I already got a family. And he's like, you should create your own, you know. And he was young, you know, he was young. He was like 18, 19, something like that. He was young. So he wasn't thinking this thing is gonna go crazy and no shit like that, you know. Like I was saying, in that movie, the Colors movie came out, there was a guy, a week after that movie came out, there was a guy on the corner of 7th Avenue and the corner of 8th Avenue on 14th Street, 13th Street, 12th Street, 17th Street, 16th Street is way too big for that, you know, but, and they were wearing a pink bandana, blue bandana, gray bandana, green bandana, and they were trying to start this gang thing that they picked up from this movie, but it didn't take because there was no money. Okay. So it went away just like that, right? And when Petey did what he did, it was at a pinnacle, like a pivotal time, and it was just the timing of when he did what he did. And we already had a well-established reputation, Sex, Money. We already had a well-established, you know what I mean? We were already formidable. So it was not difficult. And Petey had a great presence in his neighborhood up in Soundview. So that's really where Sex, Money, Murder, Blood set kind of exploded the fuck from, you know? But that was Petey.
Right.
The rest of us didn't have nothing to do with it. Me, John Castro, Cooley, you know, Dre, Andre, X. We didn't have nothing to do with no blood gang shit. First of all, we were all, you know, too grown to be even interested. You know what I mean? So we didn't have nothing to do with that. That was Petey, and it was just the timing of it, you know, mixed with our already established reputation. We was getting money. It was about our business. It's already there. You know, so
okay,
you know,
I mean,
so,
and we know you featured.
Yeah,
you have
know,
featured.
So when I created Don Diva magazine, obviously one of the original stories were connected to me some way, one way or the other. Like, obviously I reached out to the situations that I had direct access to, and I've been in the street for 17 and a half years. So pretty much anybody that anybody could talk about, I was not more than a few degrees removed from. You know, so the first things that I went towards were the things I had most immediate access to. So inevitably, this came about. We dropped this in 2000. This was actually in 2000. This was which issue was this? Like 3 or no? This was like 5. So this came out 2000. The first issue in 2001. You know, and you know, I just because Petey was in the situation he was in, and because my childhood homie B.O. Bug Out had come into conflict, you know, with our entity, unbeknownst to me, you know, I just felt like I needed to kind of, because I know his family, you know what I mean? I know, you know, B.O.'s family, so I had to. This was about more than just a story. This was about making sure that certain things were understood by certain people.
Now it's time for me to cook. First, I'm gonna scramble one nigga eggs, then I'm gonna toast another one. Cause this shit could have been stopped a long time ago. This fallacy that you just heard could have been nipped in the bud a whole long time ago. I'm gonna start off with somebody else first, right? Because this is not the first time he said that in an interview, to my knowledge. I'm gonna go back with y'all for a little bit. The first interview I saw where he was claiming my neighborhood was with a brother from the West Coast by the name of Nino Cappuccino, or he also goes by Bountyhunter BJ. He did an interview with Cavario a while back. I'm gonna give you a brief rundown of the history between myself and his brother, Bountyhunter BJ, Nino Cappuccino. He jumps in my DM on IG just a few years back, about 4 years back, around the time when I first jumped out here in these YouTube streets. I dodged a couple of cars and I got out of traffic like, nah, I'm not doing this, and then, you know, left it alone completely. Okay, so this is back then. He jumps in my DM on IG like, one of your little brothers disrespected me. He SMD'd me, yada, yada, yada. I need you to check him for me, woo, whatever. I was real humble. I was real respectful. And I was real diplomatic. For one, I don't know you from a can of paint. And you talking to me about one of my brothers. And you're speaking as if you're expecting results. Not knowing that you're speaking to someone who doesn't follow any orders. Like I said, I practice humility. I put my face on the floor 5 times a day. Try to get some humility in here. So I honored your request because I felt like my little brother was wrong for telling you that on the internet or over the phone. I told him that's the no-no. He said, you don't say that to no man on the phone or over no internet, because those are fighting words. You asking a man to fight where he's not in a position to fight you is sucker shit. That's like being a cell gangster in prison. You asking a man to fight when you can't fight is some sucker shit. That's like being a cell gangster in prison. You behind a whole door talking shit nigga can't get to you. So that's why I told him it was lame. I told him it was lame for him saying that to you over the internet. We don't do that. You need to be within arm's reach of a nigga when you SMD him. That's what I told my little brother. Then I checks back with Bountyhunter BJ and I tell him like, yo, I handled that situation. You know, I took care of that. I handled that situation. Like, all right, cool. So that led me to believe that I had established a rapport with this gentleman, right? Us being two mature gentlemen of a certain age. Led me to believe I established a rapport with him, but that proved not to be true. What proved to be true was he felt some type of superiority complex or another. This is indicative upon me making the same call to him and not getting the same response. I saw the Cavario interview he did with Cavario. Said he's from Sex, Money, Murder. I'm like, whoa. I don't know that to be true. I never saw this guy in my life. I even asked a couple of people. They didn't know anything about him either. So I hit Bountyhunter BJ back, and I'm like, yo, what's up with this Cavario guy? Said he was from my hood, man, doing that interview. Like, I don't know that guy, bro. Like, I wasn't feeling that interview, whatever. And what was told to me by Bountyhunter BJ was, you need to handle that yourself. I felt slighted by that. It was minute, though, to the extent to where it didn't require an immediate response or an emotional response. It was just something to put on the back burner and keep as ammunition. You know what I'm saying? Something to use as a crutch to lean on to feel right. See, now I feel right. I feel like I was wrong first. And one thing about me is, whenever I'm in the right, I've never lost in my life. All my L's, take it all the way back to Puerto Rican Dave and River Park Towers. I was in the wrong. I tried to jump in Z and Jamel shit. I earned that. See, whenever I take an L, I'm usually in the wrong. I was popping shit to somebody I shouldn't have been popping shit to, or I did something I ain't have no business doing. But when I'm in the right, and somebody do something to me, I have never lost in my life. It's even more intense now that I understand the Battle of Badr and how when a smaller army is facing a larger army, Allah sends the angels to fight with them. I feel like you wronged me, brother, and I feel like you owe me an apology. And, you know, I'm a civilized enough man and a mature enough man to have a civilized conversation with you about it and, reach that understanding. But I am so under the belief that I am doing an apology. I'm willing to go as far as says if I can't have an apology, brother, I want my fade. DJ from Bountyhunter, I want my fade. If I can't get an apology would be suffice. And I felt like you wronged me. I felt like I said, like I feel as though the way you responded to me when I came to you in return, the same way you came to me, was as if I was beneath you or I was some type of little nigga or something, as if I was weak. My brother, I am so far from weak. I am so far from weak. My dear brother, Peter Rolak, Pistol Pete, once told me when we were playing a football game in Soundview Projects, because we played football. Peter told me I have retarded people's strength. I had never heard of retarded people's strength until Peter told me I had that, but I definitely coined that phrase after he said that to me, and I have retarded people's strength. There's nothing weak about me, brother. When it comes to a fisticuff, squabbling, as you call it, getting down, that's just This ain't my first rodeo. Let's just say that. That's a realm in which I'm extremely comfortable. Let's just put it like that. I'm extremely comfortable in that realm. So there was never any fear of, my compliance, like I said, was due to my own humility as a Muslim and had nothing to do with, your position or how you felt about me or the entire situation. But you displayed how you felt about me when I said something to you about that video. Because there are other ways you could have handled it. For one, you could have said, hey, well, I'll call Cavario and ask Cavario, is it okay, can I give you his phone number so y'all could talk about it. Now you out the way, you clear, brother. You out the way. You showed him the respect of asking him first, can you even give me the number? And you showed me the respect of honoring my request and putting forth for effort to try to help me as I put forth for effort to try to help you. But anytime a hungry man comes to me, asks for food, and he is fed, and then I go to him when I am hungry, and he has food, and he tells me to get away from his door, he has indeed brought a problem upon himself. And that is where you and I stand, Bountyhunter BJ. Because it's all a matter of words. A simple apology of words will be suffice for me. But if you feel as though you're above that, and I am not warranting of an apology by a man of your stature, I want that fade, man. Bountyhunter BJ. Cameras gotta be there. So somebody can't come back on the internet. And I'm gonna show you how real this is, how I'm not just an East Coast nigga talking to a West Coast nigga where it could never happen. This what separates me from everybody else. We can make this legit. You say you're a high-ranking blood from LA. That means you would have to know Brother Tone Stone from out the jungles. All you gotta do is get in contact with him. I will come out there to him and have this conversation in your backyard. Yeah. I would trust Tone Stone. You're a high-ranking blood in LA. Get in touch with Tone Stone. Tell him it's somebody on the East Coast talking about squabbling, and you want me to come out there and get my ass whipped. Do that. I'll tell you why I trust in Tone Stone so much. For one, he's Muslim. For one. For two, when he came home in 2002, like I said, I dearly departed, T. Rogers, I was living with him. And Tone Stone would come to the house regularly. T. Rogers and I also went up to Death Row building with Tone Stone for me to have a sit down with Suge Knight about my music. And Tone Stone taught me how to make voodoo in the Death Row building. So he's a trusted comrade of mine. And he's somebody that you would have to know if you are who you say you are. You would have to know him. Line it up. Line it up. You know somebody reputable out there in LA that I know mutually and I will come to. I'll put my word out there as a man and a Muslim. I honor it. I'm willing to have this conversation with you face to face and my energy will not change. I don't care what coast I'm standing on. My energy won't change. I'm a man. I fear Allah and the law only. All right. Now that the eggs are scrambled, we're going to get to the toast. Cavario, I don't know you, brother. I never met you. I've never seen you. You may be a few years older than me. You may have even been in the street before me. I'm going to let you know what I have an issue with. Anybody coming up here lying on my people. That's what brought me out here the first time when I had the issue with Hassan, which, like I said, I'm not going to rehash because Hassan seems to be on better terms with some of my brothers. Even though I still feel some type of way, I'm going to honor where he's at with them. Then 50 China from Brims. Came up here with some lies on one of my brothers. I didn't want my brother to catch wind of that, get triggered, and have a relapse, and go back to prison for what he just got out for after doing 25 years. That's why I responded to China Brim. I figured a tongue lashing from me will be far more lenient on you than you having to see that man face to face after you played with his top. So now we have Cavario, who just lied on the entire organization. You earned this. I've known you to do business with Al Prophet. He contacted me a while back, and I still had the number he gave me. I texted him this morning because I really wanted to try to get to you first before I came to the internet. I wanted to be able to come to the internet and tell them what I said to you. That was my game plan. Unfortunately, I had to call an audible. He said Sex Money Murder Gang started out with a crew of drug bosses from all over. That's a fallacy. That's a lie, Cavario. You was young niggas, bro. You wasn't no drug bosses in 92. My homeboy B-Mo is a lot more popular in this thing than me. And I don't have a problem with that at all. Still my brother, love him to death. You know? His name tends to ring a little more than mine when it comes to the organization, due to, you know, the position he played in the entire case and indictment and everything. A lot of people knows who B-Mo is. He could bear witness to a few things. One thing that he could bear witness to, or anybody who was close enough with Pete to be welcomed into his home on a regular basis, where he lived with his mom in Lafayette. If you were cool enough to be welcomed into his home and his room on a regular basis, you would have known that there was a sheet of notebook paper on the wall. There was a sheet of notebook paper. Like you said, he was young. So he actually had a sheet of notebook paper on the wall that said Sex Money Murder, had everybody's name on it. And everybody's name on the paper I knew. It was one of my like childhood friends. I knew them all, except for one guy. There was one guy whose name was on the paper who I didn't know. And this is gonna come as a shock to a lot of people because, you know, our time periods of being in the hood, we actually never crossed paths and never saw each other face to face, and that's Barney Blow. But like I said, being so close to Pete, I heard a million stories about Barney Blow, and Barney Blow was 100% valid. Pete had nothing but love for him. Spoke about him highly, regularly. That's why I would never dispute Barney Blow's relevance in this organization, because I was told from the horse's mouth, personally, about Barney Blow. But I never met him. Reason being, like, it was one of those things like where he may be locked up. Time he comes home, I'm going out of town somewhere. You know, time I come home, he's off doing something, and then, you know, I get locked up or I go back out. It's like we never was on the block at the same time. And so many of our mutual friends would actually argue with me, like, nigga, you know Blow. And Blow, if he ever sees this, he'll tell you, he don't know me. I don't know him either. You know, but like I heard he's Muslim now, alhamdulillah. I would like to meet the brother one day. But like I was saying now, there was a list of the names of people who were actual members. Nowhere on that list did it say anything about a Cavario or anything close to Cavario, or nor were there any other names of people who I don't know personally. Why I even use my brother's name as a witness in this is because the way we met. I met BMO by Pete telling me one day, hey, my man BMO was spending the night at my house. You want to stay tonight too? I said, yeah. We walked up to Castle Hill Projects, got BMO, and came back to the block. We was about 14, 15 probably. Yeah. We were people who were known to frequent his crib. So we know that this did exist. Your name wasn't on it, buddy. I also know that the brother had a lot of friends that weren't necessarily from our neighborhood. Like I said, I didn't trail behind him everywhere. You know, I wasn't his personal assistant or bodyguard or anything where I needed to go everywhere he went. There'd be plenty of times we're on the block, he would jump in his car and say, I'm going to Harlem. Hey, I'm going to Queens. Hey, cool. I chill right here. You know, I'm doing what I'm doing on the block or whatever. I had a life too. I have a hell of a story myself, you know. But so I know about, like I said, Blow from him telling me that. He told me out his own mouth one day. I remember he was on a bike. He was parked on a bike on a block, and I was standing there. We was talking. I'm you know, indulging, and he tells me about the model guy Tyson. You know, yeah, you know that model nigga Tyson? Yeah, he with us. Like, what do you mean he with our crew? He's sex, money, murder. I'm like, the model guy, the pretty boy? He said, yeah, he gonna get us all the bitches smoke. He gonna get us all the bitches smoke. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. I'm with that. Tyson's one of us. You know what I mean? But and I don't know Tyson, but I know he's valid. I heard it from the horse's mouth. So I never heard of Cavario. I've never seen Cavario. I don't know if you did any business with bro. If he copped some work from you at some point in time or another, that doesn't make you sex, money, murder. It wasn't a crew of drug bosses. It was a crew of young niggas from Castle Hill and Soundview and Webster. The comments included Mook. You know, that's what it was. It was no drug bosses. That's not what it was. Listen, bro, it was at least 5 or 6 of us at one time eating off 125 gram pack, brother. We being honest. Pete was the only one who had a car in the crew. We had mongooses and treks, bro. Bicycles. When sex, money, murder started. We was standing out on the block in the cold eating slices of fucking pizza when sex, money, murder started, bro. It was young niggas who got busy. That's who it was. Little niggas who got busy. You talk about somebody like B.O. That's why somebody like B.O. would get the impression that, you know, there's something there to put pressure on. There's some young niggas getting money. It was young niggas, man. Wasn't no drug bosses starting no sex, money, murder. How old are you? How old are you, Cavario? I, myself, am 1 year older than Pete. He's born in 74, I'm born in 73. How old are you, Cavario? You was not running with us, bro. And he didn't start it with him and a bunch of old niggas like you. Stop it, man. Stop it. That's not the truth. And that's not gonna fly. The reason I'm not gonna let it fly is because those of us who were actually there have an agenda. And I don't know what your agenda is. We have an agenda to change the narrative. We have an agenda to change what our children and grandchildren think about us as people, based upon the stories they heard about us growing up. We have an agenda to try to influence the community for positive, knowing the damage we did in our own communities. We out here trying to put in work. We don't know where you're at and what you got going on. We know you be in hotels with Ray Banzito, in Red Roof Inns with another grown man, brother. That's not valid. You don't do $70 hotels with your homeboy. Y'all get different rooms. Y'all get separate rooms. I don't even care if it's 2 twin beds in there. Y'all get separate rooms. You want to sit there and listen to that nigga fart and snore all night? No, that's not what 2 men do in no Red Roof Inn. Those are known prostitution hotels and rendezvous hotels down here. People do not go to those hotels like they're, at a resort or something to that effect, man. Nothing but bad dealers go on at Red Roof Inn hotels. And you're in there in the room with, and he was talking about getting the room for another night. He said a couple, if we were a white couple. Brother, you know that you dealing with that situation on this internet. You can't brand yourself as no ambassador for SMM. You can't do that. You can't do that. You're not an original member. Your name wasn't on that goddamn paper. Everybody that's really from the hood, really from Soundview, they know the guy who's still out there, who used to be in Pete's house every day, all day. He could tell you about that piece of paper on the wall. Nowhere did it say no damn Cavario. You're older than us. You wasn't even around like that, man. He was with his friends every day. He was with his crew every day. You never went out to eat with us. You never went to skate key with us, the rink in Jersey. I never seen you. I don't know what your agenda is for pushing that lie, but I'm not going to let it grow legs. I'm responding the same day. I'm spinning the block on you, Cavario. This ain't happening. It's not going down. Not twice. Not on my watch. Believe me when I tell you, Cavario. One thing about me, I do my homework. I do my research. I'm calculating. You're a writer. You're a thinker. Which has me playing chess, not checkers. I'm going to figure out why you're telling that lie. I'm going to figure out why you're telling that lie before you get a chance to tell it again. I'm going to offer you the same offer I gave Bountyhunter BJ. Face to face, sit down like men. And you recant that back like you was cool with Pete. You might have been cool with some members of the thing. You was not. You wasn't that. You wasn't that. So even if you get one of my homeboys to hit my phone and say somewhere, someplace, some point in time, they saw Pete give you the nod and say you was that, bro. I'm willing to say, I'm gonna have to stop you from saying that publicly based upon that video. You can't do that, bro. You getting violated, bro. You getting violated, bro. No, you can't scream that no more. You can't claim SMM, no Jack the Hood no more, bro. You getting caught in motel rooms with men. You cannot be a brand ambassador. It's not gonna work. So, talk about it face to face. What I have to say won't change. My energy won't change. I'm willing to squabble about it. anything beyond that. I don't know you for that. I'm known for that. You can't do that, bro. I don't know what your agenda is. I know where we going. We trying to take this. Are we trying to turn this thing around? Are we still got a little bit of juice left in us? A little gas left in the tank? We trying to turn this thing around for the better? We're not gonna let you come up here and tell no lies. Well, your agenda might be something different. There's a lot of funny business going on out here in these YouTube streets. I'm seeing that. But your timing with this. As soon as I come back to the internet, now you want to drop that. As soon as BMO's about to put out a documentary, now you want to drop that. You chasing it, man. Keep chasing, you're gonna catch it. And it's like, it's even bigger than that why I still care. Like, check this out. Why I even will still associate myself with the identity, that organization, is because it is a measuring point. See, if you don't know where I came from, you won't know where I'm at. You may look at me and some of the things I do and pass judgment, but that's because you don't know the things that I don't do anymore. Me letting you know I come from sex, money, murder is letting you know the cesspool from which the law pulled me from. Okay? So when you see me over here living the way I'm living, going to my masjid regularly, not being in the streets, not being in the clubs, not being in the trap houses, that in itself, my actions is dawah. But you don't know that if you don't know who I am. Those who know who I am, they get to see the beauty, what Islam has done for me. You don't know who I am, I'm just another face. You don't get it. It hit different. It hit different. When you find out somebody who used to do that can now do this. It hit different. You gotta know you used to do that in order for it to hit different.